Welcome. We're about to kick off your programming journey. But instead of thinking of this as just installing some software, I want you to imagine something cooler. We're building your very own personal laboratory, a digital space where you get to experiment, invent, and create whatever you can dream up. So let's really lean into this idea of a laboratory. See, programming isn't just about staring at a black screen and typing weird commands. Not at all. It's about having your own workshop, your own creative space, where you can tinker, build, and bring your ideas to life. This is your lab. Every great inventor needs their tools, right? Well, for our brand new digital lab, we're going to start with just two essential ones. That's all it takes to get going. Okay, so let's look at how these two tools work together. First up, we've got Python itself. This is our interpreter. You can think of it as the lead scientist in your lab. It's the one who actually understands your instructions and translates them into a language the computer gets. Then you have VS Code, which is your smart notebook. This is where you'll write down all your brilliant ideas in code, and it's called smart for a reason. It'll actually tap you on the shoulder and let you know if you've made a typo. Pretty handy. All right, we know what our tools are. Now it's time for the fun part, getting them installed and prepping the lab for our very first experiment. Let's get this whole setup put together. First on the list is Python, which is basically the brains of our entire operation. Getting it installed is a really simple three-step process. You're just going to head over to the official website, python.org, and grab the latest version. Once it's downloaded, go ahead and run that and install it. Okay, everybody, pause right here. This is, without a doubt, the single most important step in this whole setup. I'm serious. While you're installing, you're going to see a little checkbox that says Add Python to Path. You have to check that box. So what's it do? Well, it basically puts up a giant neon sign on your computer that says, hey, Python lives here. This lets you run your experiments from anywhere on your system. Please don't miss this step. Next up is our smart notebook, VS Code. And you know what? This one's even easier. All you gotta do is go to its website, download it, and install it just like you would any other program. Simple as that. And now for the final piece of the puzzle. We need to connect our tools. Once you open up VS Code, look over on the left-hand side for an icon that looks like a few little cubes fitting together. That's the Extensions Marketplace. Give that a click, type Python into the search bar, and install the official one from Microsoft. Boom, your notebook is now talking directly to your interpreter. Your digital lab is officially open for business. So, the lab is set up, the tools are ready, the lights are on. Now it's time for that magic moment, giving our computer its very first command. You know, in the world of programming, there's this time-honored tradition. It's almost like a rite of passage. The very first thing almost every programmer in history has ever written is a tiny program that just makes the computer say, "Hello, world." It's the universal first step, and today, it's your turn to take it. Let's jump back into our smart notebook, VS Code, and write this thing. First, just create a new file. Let's name it main.py. Now, that .py at the end, that's super important. It's a little signal that tells your notebook, hey, everything inside this file is written in the Python language. And there it is. One single, clean, beautiful line of code. Print, hello world. This is the magic spell we're about to cast. This is the exact instruction we're giving our Python interpreter. So what is actually going on here? It might look a little weird, but it's really simple. That first word, print, is just a command. It tells Python, your job is to show something on the screen. The parentheses right after it are like little buckets, and they hold what you want to show. And finally, the quotation marks tell Python, hey, the stuff inside here isn't another command, it's just regular text for people to read. See? Not so scary. Now for the big payoff. To make it run, look for that little play button up in the top right corner of VS Code. Go ahead and click it. You should see the words Hello World pop up at the bottom of your screen. And just like that, you've officially given your computer a command and it listened. Congratulations. Awesome job. You've run your first program. But you know, the best way to really learn this stuff is by doing it yourself. So it's time to switch from watching to actually getting your hands dirty with your very first challenge. Okay, so here's your first mission, should you choose to accept it. I want you to write a program that does two things. First, print your name on the very first line. Then add a second line of code that prints your dream job right underneath it. And if you're thinking, what should that look like? Here's a little example. You're going to use that same print command we just learned, but you'll use it twice. Once for your name and a second time for your goal. You've already got all the tools you need to do this. And that brings your first day in the lab to a close. So go on, give this challenge a try. And as you're doing it, think about how it went. Did you run into any problems getting things set up? Or are you feeling good, like you're ready to dive into the next lesson? We'll see you for the next experiment.